Everyone, I am Sainath. Today we are going to discuss the topic about adversarial search. Before we enter into the topic, previously we are covered like many searching algorithm. For example, BFS searching algorithm, DFS searching algorithm, local search algorithm, like many kind of algorithm as we discussed earlier. So in this topic, we are mainly focusing about like adversarial searching. So how this adversarial search will work in AI. You know, in this adversarial search, our AI agent handle competitive environment. So what competitive environment will mean? Generally, like what is the main aim of our agent? The main aim of our agent is to reach the goal. That is the main aim. But in adversarial search, like in addition to that, it is also considering that like if our AI agent will reach the goal by this way means how opponent will respond. Okay, this is the meaning. Like what this adversarial search will do means, suppose if I go to solve this problem by this way means how the opponent will approach that problem. It will our agent will consider both the cases in the adversarial search. Okay, so by looking this scenario, what is the what is the example is coming in our mind? Game. In that like in gaming, like that kind of scenario will happen, right? Like if I make this move means then how opponent will move to reach their goal earlier than me. There is competitive environment is creating there. So that is the meaning of competitive environment here. Okay, understood. So this is the main thing about adversarial search. Then in this chapter there are some few key concept is there. There are mainly three key concept as we will discuss in this chapter. Okay, first one is games, second one is game tree, and third one is min max algorithm. Firstly, what is game? Let's take one example. Let's take chess. The chess game. Okay, like what is a chess game? There are two players will play the chess game. So what is the main goal of the two player? Like one player want to checkmate the another player king, and another player think that like how I prevent from the checkmate from the player one. These are the two competition happen between two player, right? This is chess game. So like in the chess game there are two possibilities there. One player make checkmate to another player to win that game, and another player will lose that game. That is one possibility, right? And second possibility is to be like both the player will draw the game. That is the second possibility. There are the two possibilities there. This is the main description about games. Next we will come into the topic of game tree. Like whenever we are listening the trees in some technical term or in AI, so the sudden thing is coming in our mind is somewhat binary tree or binary search tree in data structure and algorithm. Okay, some programming like that is the main thing is coming in our mind. And also, what are the components is present in the tree? There are mainly two components is there in tree. When we like whenever we are discussing about the tree, yes, the two main component is strike in our mind about the tree is to be, one is node, one is edge. Okay, what is node means like it is telling that some state. Okay, some state that node represents some state. Okay, what is this edges? Edges is nothing but it is like it is used to make connection between two nodes. That is the use of edges. Okay, now we will get the concept of tree. Like whenever we are speaking into the tree, there are nodes is there and edges is there. What is the role of node? It is some state. Okay, what is the role of edges? It will simply act a pathway of two nodes. Okay, understand this thing. Okay, now like in this game tree, yeah, like in this game tree, what the node represent here? Like here the node represent what are the possible state in the game that represent the node, and what here edges are representing. Like as we discussed earlier, like what is the role of edge? It act as a pathway, right? So here also it is like that only. It is the edges are used to move like one state to another state. It will act as path. Okay, that is the role of edge here. Okay, the edges act as a pathway to move from one current state to next state. That is the role of node and edges in game. Okay, so like simple, like the main concept here is to be our AI agent will simply make a flowchart, like what are the possible moves is available here in this environment. So if I take this move means how opponent will respond. If I take that move means like how opponent will respond. It will make some flowchart about that environment of that game. So this is all about description of game tree. Next we will come into the topic of min-max algorithm. So what is min-max algorithm will tell. You know, like min-max algorithm is nothing but like it will simply tell the information how to reach the goal with optimum. Previously what we discussed, our AI agent will make a flowchart of all the possible moves, right? So here what our AI agent will do means like currently it has like all the possible ways, right? But our agent will don't know like which move it will take means that will reach the optimal, that our agent will not know still. So in this min-max algorithm, the main goal is to be to choose the optimal path. Okay, that is the main aim of min-max algorithm. So in this min-max algorithm, we are discussing about several factors. For example, maximizing player. What is this maximizing player represent? What this represent means, if two player is there means what is the main aim of one player? Like the main aim of one player is to anyhow like he will win. That is the main aim of one player, right? That is the maximizing the player. Like he will like he want to always dominate the another player. That is the main goal or main aim of that player one. And there is another concept is there, minimizing the player. What is the minimizing the player? So if one player want to dominate the another player, like to dominate or to win the another player means what another player will think. Another player will think to prevent the dominant or to prevent of opponent to win. That is the main goal of second player, right? So these are the maximizing player and minimizing player. These are the two things. In this scenario, like we can understand like our agent will always be competitive with the another player, right? These are the main goal of min-max algorithm. So it will always choose the optimal path. Suppose like if I do this path means then opponent cannot able to choose the maximize. So at the time it can use the maximizing player algorithm. Suppose if opponent player will dominating that A agent means then A agent will think that, so what are the possible ways to avoid to lose that game? Avoid to lose that game, okay? So this is the scenario is working behind min-max algorithm, right? So now we can get some brief description about this adversarial search. Now we can see some real world scenario. Nowadays chess engine that is completely based on AI. In this chess engine, what happened? One side our AI agent is there, another is normal human is there. So they are compete with their competitive environment. The think of human is also. So in this scenario, the main aim of the human is also to reach the goal to win the game, and that another side is AI agent. Their aim also like to reach the goal and to win the game. So both are competing with each other. So at the time, this min-max algorithm plays a huge role. This adversarial search is mainly work this scenario. Okay. There is another example. This is also there. Video games. This is also same kind of. These are the some example about some real world scenario. Okay. These are the brief description about adversarial searches. These are the like in this adversarial search we can see that like what is adversarial search, like how our agent work in the adversarial search, then what are the key concept in adversarial search, and also we discuss about like what are the real world scenario is there in adversarial search. Like in this, like we discuss all the things. Thank you. Bye bye.